God, you want to look at a dude?
I'll do one bump.
People say this is funny.
Not Gary Garrett. Dave, okay.
Someone or something is tickling people.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tickling Podcast.
Okay.
You are Queen Fakey of Made Up Town.
All hail Queen Shit of Liesville. A bunch of religious virgins go to mingle
And do what?
pray.
Boing.
Whoa. What?
You said you wanted some kind of
Well,
signal.
No. What?
Boing.
What did I say?
You said you wanted some sort of better signal that the podcast has started.
I said that months ago.
Right, and it took some time to develop.
I know now. I know it started.
It took some time to develop an appropriate opening.
Oh, how long did it take to come up with Boing?
About 4 weeks.
Wow. It's really good.
Shit doesn't happen fast in the. You're not part of the. What you are is just like you.
I hate this already.
What are you talking about? I'm just
I
trying
hate
to
your
describe.
tone.
There's a whole brain center, a nerve center, a brain center where all of the knowledge and the dollop is constructed, and then it's put into a large truck and it's driven over to you, who are.
So you're shitting.
So you're basically. It's like taking art to a clown.
Oh my! I mean, you know what? It actually is. I think you just phrased that so well that I can't argue that. It is taking art to a clown.
If you do enjoy the dollop, please leave a review on iTunes. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter thingamajig. Mm-hmm. We got new art. Thank the gentleman who made the art.
Yep.
That was very cool. So it's all good. It's all happening.
Art to a clown.
We're doing well in Australia.
Yes.
America, less so.
Well, listen, I've always said we're Australian. And I've said that from the beginning.
Fuck, it just went away as soon as I pick it up.
Boing.
So this is an uncomfortable one.
Well, that's
because
not new.
It's entitled Teeth. Or maybe I should title it Colonial Dentistry.
Oh boy! Well, now with the two facts I have are terrifying. Colonial dentistry.
Yeah, because I ran across a picture of George Washington's dentures, and then I was like, "What in the fuck is happening?" And then I just tracked all this down. Did dentists freak you out? Are you a dentist?
No, I don't think they freak me out. I mean, no.
No. Okay.
I had a dentist break a drill in my mouth once.
Oh fuck! What?
Yeah, I went to a dentist above a liquor store when I was pretty broke.
Was it called Colonial Dentistry?
Yeah. Great place. I can't believe we're doing a whole dollop on one place. Yeah, but I'm still not terrified of dentists.
I'm scared of the drilling because I was once drilled on without Novocaine. Like they gave me the shot, it didn't work because I was such a pot smoker.
Really?
Yeah, apparently pot smoke can affect Novocaine.
Oh, well, then
is what I was told then. So anyway, they drilled on me, and and then you also, so they have the drill in your mouth and they're drilling, and there's the smell, and all of a sudden you feel horrible pain, but you don't want to jump up and go because there's a drill in your mouth.
Yeah.
So
you're just like, can we not?
Yeah, basically. So I'm a little bit, and I think that's what it was like back then.
It sounds like it was probably far worse.
Oh yeah,
maybe not as worse as the liquor store.
It's basically a shocking nightmare. Is how I would describe it.
Okay.
But this is a time when people didn't take baths. Like back then, until the 19th century, people thought that a bath is what would give you disease.
I mean, what?
And particularly a naked bath. So if people did take a bath, they would do it with their clothes on. They would, because they thought that hot water against their skin.
I can't believe there was a time when logic just didn't.
No, it was a time when everything that was right you didn't do.
What?
Right?
Yeah, but don't you think there would be like I mean, I guess if you're just told don't take baths because you'll get sick, you're like, well, I can't take baths.
I'm not going to take a fucking bath.
But you think somebody would stumble upon baths?
I'm sure
okay.
somebody did, and then somebody tried to convince people for 100 years.
Yeah.
Come on, seriously, guys. It's
Look,
fucking awesome.
I'm in it right now. It's fine. I'm okay. Shoot him. Shoot him.
That's why whenever you see I don't know exactly when the Wild West was, like 1740 or something.
Sure.
Or maybe it was later than that. But whenever you see those guys, so it must have been like late 1700s. But when you see those guys, they always want a hot bath. That wasn't what was happening.
No, yeah. You mean like movies now?
Yeah, it's always like, oh,
whiskey
yeah.
and a hot bath.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, sir.
Whiskey.
And then
a wet rag. A soapy rag. I'm not going to be eaten by demons tonight.
So people were fucking gross.
Yeah.
It was imagine how much everybody smelled and just picture two 50-year-olds who have never taken a bath just humping away.
Oh.
That was it. That's life.
Wow.
That's colonial life.
Ugh, I hate it.
If they even live that long. So when people
You're just full of positivity.
well, I wait till we get to the end of this. When people from Europe first came in the 1600s, their medical practices were crude, to say the least. They had a lot of theories about medicine and dentistry, but mostly they were just like trial and error. Hey, did that work? Nope. Well, it sort of did. Maybe I should do it again.
Warmer. Getting warmer.
So it was mostly based on myths and superstition and theories. And one that held on, that's my favorite, that came from I want to say the ancient Egyptians, was that worms got into your mouth through food and went into your teeth, and that's what was causing.
Oh wow!
And that lasted until the mid 1700s. Fucking worms! Oh, it hurts. What do you got? You got worms?
Oh, you got mouth worms? Boy, those are the worst, huh? What did you eat? What did you eat that gave you mouth worms?
I had figs.
Oh man, you can't even be eating figs. Worms in your mouth. Oh boy, man.
You sure it's worms?
Yeah, have a handful of this gravel. Worms aren't in gravel, but man, they'll get you if you eat food, man.
Yeah, but what about the dying thing?
Yeah, what about it? No, don't. Listen, just don't take a bath and you're going to live forever.
Okay.
All right, my man?
You're a smart man.
I'm a genius.
It was quite common for early settlers to lose their teeth in their 20s and 30s. So by the time they got to mid-30, they were toothless.
Cool.
Just gumming it.
That's cool.
Just gumming the shit out of it.
Yeah, that turned dirty. That turned dirty years old.
So when people began to colonize America, the country was not exactly built up. So when the first people got here, it wasn't like when they left London where there were shops and you could get the food. You could get the food you wanted and get everything you can go down to the butcher and whatever, like they had back then. Instead, it was just forest.
And it's not a plane ride away anymore, so you're like, well, fuck it, I'm not going back.
No, you're still... Yeah.
I can't believe we survived that. But what a bad move we've made. Holy shit.
So it would be like me or you going to live in the Amazon, right? Like right now, just hey, let's go see how this goes.
All right. Oop, that bit me. Bye, guys.
That bit me. So now they basically ate corn.
Right.
The first people that got here for years just ate corn.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you got a hankering for something else over the years. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, no, but it's not even that they had a hankering for it. They were so just trying to stay alive with because they had to build a house when they got here. It's not like they rolled up. You
remember the butcher shop? Just shut up and eat your corn.
Where's the cobbler?
Shut up. Just eat your bloody corn.
They would do, because everything they were doing was first of all, a lot of them came here, the Jamestown people came here, and they were supposed to find gold.
Yeah.
So they just all went out looking for gold, and the company that sent them here was you better get fucking gold. And they weren't finding any gold, and they just kept looking harder. And in the meantime, they just using up all their supplies, and all of a sudden they're oh, we're out of food.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
That's a shame.
Oh, we kind of blew that.
Well.
So it was just corn. So they were shitty nutrition.
Yeah.
Which leads to shitty teeth.
Right.
Because you're just not getting. I don't know. What do you need for teeth? What's a good tooth food?
Worms. Worms are great. Turns out they were wrong.
So then, when English people, this is here's the hugest switcheroo of all time.
Okay.
So when people have been here for like 50 years or whatever, when English people would come over, the first thing they'd be horrified by were the Americans' teeth.
Oh, wow. What a goddamn role reversal we have, huh?
Like they were like penning letters back.
Say what you will. America won that race. The tooth race, America won.
Ah, victory, sweet victory.
Did they send their teeth home? Is that what happened?
Their good teeth or their bad teeth?
Their shitty American teeth.
I don't know if they sent them home. Where's
Okay.
home?
England.
Yeah, are you saying that like as like a scare, like this is what it's like here? You send a tooth.
Just maybe no. Just
Well, the teeth were coming out,
I bet they fucking were.
so they didn't have like luxuries, like toothbrushes. Like that's like a luxury.
So people literally weren't doing anything on their teeth?
Yeah. No. Well,
Was there like a
teeny tiny bit?
what? Like just some like.
Some of them will put a tooth powder on a rag and rub it on their teeth.
Oh, cool. So tooth rag powder gets the worms out.
I mean, you're just trying to stay alive.
Yes, true.
So, and regular dudes who brush their teeth apparently were called like, you're a queer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're toothbrushing.
Look at him with all of his teeth. That queer.
Hey, pretty teeth. Hey, pretty teeth.
Where's your boyfriend, Toothy?
Let's beat the shit out of him.
Beat him for his beautiful gay teeth.
So that's like regular folk. But then there were the Richie Riches who indulged and did have what they needed, you know.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like there was no dentist.
Yeah, okay.
Dentist didn't exist yet.
Okay.
So it was like they would go to the barber.
I'm sorry? Just a little off the tooth. What the fuck are they doing there?
The barber would
Oh my God.
would cut your hair and then polish your teeth.
I wish they still did that.
But he would use like horrible substances.
Oh, cool.
Like, hey, what about some gravel? Like they would literally use like really harsh stuff that would take your
the blue
enamel
comb
off.
water, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was terrible.
That's cool.
Poor people would just wipe their teeth with tooth powder that was sprinkled on some cloth.
Oh, Christ.
So next to there's your bucket of water.
Yep.
And then right next to that is a rag. That's your tooth rag. And you pick that up. Hold on, honey, I'm gonna do it. And then you go back to making love to your wife.
Ah, Jesus. Doesn't sound like a good time.
No, there was no. Do you remember the odors that were coming from these people's mouths? And it would probably cut through the odor that was coming off their body.
Oh, gosh. Just a stink tornado coming out of them.
We would not, if we were transported in time, we would not last 3 minutes because of the odors coming off of people.
Oh, God. Somebody should really take advantage of that in like a time travel movie.
Yeah.
Really just, no one ever takes advantage.
No one ever acts like anybody who
Jesus
reeks.
Christ, what does that smell? Get back in the goddamn time machine.
I mean, you know when you walk back you walk past a homeless dude who hasn't bathed?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get hit with a smell that you almost vomit.
Sometimes you'll be on a train in New York and there'll be a homeless guy on the train and you'll be indoors having to smell
and not vomit.
Shit man. Yeah, and just try to be like...
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy what the body can do.
Okay, so that is all of Boston. So these people would obviously get toothaches.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that would happen.
Which were unbearable.
Oh, the worms.
Oh, the worms. And there were home remedies, which were all bullshit, you know. Rub some mint on it and stuff like that.
What's your friend?
Have you seen this tree? Go ahead and rub your teeth against it.
Run around your home.
There were guys selling fake potions, which, you know, were total horse shit.
I think I might have been one of those guys in that time.
You were an elixir guy? Well,
I think I might have been a fake potion guy.
Well, why wouldn't you? Because you could just throw a bunch of shit in a bottle that you had around and go, yeah, that's the thing.
Today, it's called an evangelical preacher.
Yes, but then you'd have to get out of town.
True.
You couldn't sell the elixir and kick it.
Yeah, no. You move. Yeah. It's a grifter's life.
You keep going. And then they're also using acids.
Oh wow.
Which actually causes dental decay.
Well, I was gonna say what acids are.
I don't know what kind of acids they're using, but in America, in Europe, they were much more advanced with dental practices. So there was actually a French guy who was like considered the father of modern dentistry.
Monsieur Tooth.
Si, oui, sorry. Si, oui. Yeah.
Seaweed, yes, bye-bye.
And he was like, what, you're pouring what on what? So
Acid.
No.
Burns the worms out.
They had herbal remedies for the pain, but, nothing worked. And as we established in our vampire episode, common American people in this time were superstitious about doctors and dentists. So they preferred to deal with their teeth the old-fashioned way and just have them removed. So if your tooth started to hurt, you took her out.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, now they didn't have anything.
I already... I see the crest. I see where we're... And I don't like it.
I mean, basically, because, like, if you never brushed, all of your teeth would hurt, right? Like, every tooth would have it. So everyone had painful teeth. Like, that was just how you existed. You're just walking around going, fuck me.
How are you? Mouth's killing me, you? Mouth is just fucking on fire right now. Anyway, see you later.
Good to see you, Joe.
Good to see you, man. God, I fucking hate my teeth.
And then one would get so bad, you'd be like, yank it. And then you'd have that one yanked out. But there were no dentists, remember? Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I don't want you to ask it.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Now you have a tooth that has to come out.
Yep.
Now there's no dentist. Where do you go?
Probably the barber.
Sometimes.
No.
Or most commonly the blacksmith.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wrong.
Because he had metal tools.
But he's a blacksmith. He's used to pounding iron. Not the gentle procedure for a mouth.
Yeah, but he understands metal and the hard things.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He's the guy to go to. Let me just put this sword in your mouth.
Other metal workers were good. Silver workers, they did use the barber. The barber was a frequent tooth puller. Because, he had no how to give a shave. And
yeah.
So, might as well
he has two skills.
Take out a tooth.
Yep.
And then apothecaries, which is basically a pharmacist, right?
Yeah, not one that knew what they were doing.
No, not at all. Sure, I could do that for like $10, I guess. Like,
shove this up your ass and run. There you go. Feel better?
No.
Oh well, here, take 2 of these.
Priests and teachers also.
So can we just say everybody? Everybody would pull your teeth?
Anybody that you were like, some stuff, right? About some things?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, bartender, a shot of whiskey, will you yank this one out?
In 1735, James Mills ran an ad in the New York Weekly Journal, quote, teeth drawn and old stumps taken out safely. Instructed in the art by the late James Reading, deceased.
Stumps.
Mills is to be spoke with at his shop in the house of the deceased, near Old Slip Market.
Wait.
So he was taught how to pull teeth by James Reading and stumps. And we'll get to why there's stumps. But he took over James's old spot. So he's like, come to the dead man's house and I shall speak to you.
Oh, God. What a great... I mean, that ad. We should run that now.
It's the worst ad ever.
It's really not...
We should put that on Craigslist.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Someone would be like, where are you located? Ready to meet up. He'd be like, you dumbass. That's really weird, though.
Yeah. It's super weird. Common practice of the day included sitting the patient on the ground, the floor, or holding him between the operator's knees.
Oh my God! So they would just like crotch your face?
Yeah, because if you moved around too much, so they'd have to. Well, I don't know if it was technically called crotching your face.
No, it was. No, it was. That's what I'm bringing to the table. It was called that.
Okay, so yeah, they would crotch your face.
Thank you for respecting my knowledge.
You got it.
Remember, art to a clown.
There was a method that people used to extract teeth themselves.
Oh, fuck. It better be cute with a door handle and some string.
It involved a tool called a dental key, also called the English key. It actually looked similar to a large metal key with a type of claw at the end. And the claw would be placed over the tooth and tightened. Then the person would turn the key to remove the tooth. This was a very rough method, and since it usually involved inexperienced people, like your dad would help you out or whatever, often usually the teeth would break. Or the jaws would be broken.
Oh my God. Why is that even around then? So why is that an option? Why the fuck are they...
Because you're desperate.
Yeah, but desperate enough to ruin your jaw?
Yeah, but what's the... No, yeah, you're in so much pain.
But you couldn't go... Okay, so we know that there's an item out there that's breaking jaws.
Yeah, but you also know that for some people it's worked.
Yes, but you also know that literally everybody, as a side job, pulls teeth.
But
everybody has that hobby.
Yeah, but in your family, there's this key that
breaks your jaw.
Your aunt used.
And
it worked really great on her now dead
Fuck
kid.
that aunt, yeah.
Her vampire kid that you guys dug up.
That we ate his heart.
Set on fire.
Hey, we're going to eat Aunt Grace's heart, and then we can yank that teeth out, huh? What do you think? You in?
And there's no anesthetic, obviously, so you're just doing this.
No, you're just turning a key.
Yeah, you turn the key, and then the tooth cracks, and you're like, better?
Well,
better?
no.
No, it's in half now.
It's in half and harder to get at.
It was only...
That's what a stump is, obviously, is the...
I would think so.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I think was stumpy. Would be a cracked tooth.
A keyed tooth.
Half tooth. What we would put on something known as a crown these days.
Yes. Back then, they would just try to keep worms out of it. So, tale of two times.
Oh, God, you ate figs?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Not with a stump. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy's gonna die. Or Jimmy's dead. He's got the worm mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
It was only by the end of the 8th century that dental practitioners joined the settlers from Europe. So, at
18th century.
Yeah, at the end of the 18th century is finally when people who were like what you would call dentists came, but still not ideal. Well, there just weren't a lot of dentists. If you're a dentist and you're living in Paris, why the fuck would you go to crazy America?
I mean, this is why I would go, because there's not a dentist here.
But you got to understand that most of the people coming here were fucking nuts.
Yeah, well, you've proven that.
Like nuts.
Yeah.
Like Australia, they were all prisoners who were sent there, so
Right.
they weren't nuts. In America, they were just the fucking lunatics bailing.
Yeah, no, they're yeah, freedom isn't free. That's what we've always said, right, Dave?
I mean, I guess.
There's a cost.
But the dentists at that point, so they got here, they wouldn't set up shop. They would just be traveling around, pulling teeth. They were like on the move.
Well, they were like the Beatles. Are you fucking kidding me?
But they weren't just dentists. They were like practitioners. So they knew about dentistry, but they also
were blacksmith.
They also extracted teeth and performed minor surgery. They would cut hair, and they'd apply leeches and perform embalming. So they were like, so you like pull up in your van.
What do you need?
You got a body around?
What are you after? Leeches? Teeth? What are we doing today? How are we feeling? What do you guys want to do? We juicing the dead guy? We saving the guy? What are we doing? Dentistry?
Got it all.
Maybe I could give you some bangs? I don't know. I'm just thinking, I'm just spitballing here. I don't know.
Have you heard of the Rachel?
Have you heard of the Rachel? You're going to love it.
So James Daniel was a Boston hairdresser by trade.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all know in those times there was a huge crossover.
But
hairdressing was the gateway to dentistry.
But he placed an ad in 1766 offering to operate on teeth. It was not uncommon for early dentists to have one trade and to do dentistry on the side because of the advances in Europe, who were way ahead. So they're way ahead in dentistry.
Right.
And we're way behind.
So we were just like, fuck it, we just won't even try.
But people started to know that you shouldn't eat sugary foods.
Okay.
and tobacco would stain your teeth. So those were two things at like this point in 1700s we slowly caught on.
That's good. Those are good. You've got something.
No, actually, so advances started to be made in Europe. John Hunter of England in the 1700s came up with the idea of transplanting human teeth.
Transplanting teeth?
So he would pay people to come in and donate their teeth.
Okay. All right. So walk me through why this is a good plan.
Okay.
Because
Well,
the people need teeth.
right.
So he's
And
like,
people have teeth. It's like
and-
a kidney donation.
so he'll take their teeth
Yeah, so basically he's
and
taking...
give them to other people, but then those people that he took the teeth from, they don't have the teeth anymore.
Okay,
thus
do you
creating...
know what Republicans are? Okay, so I feel like this was an early Republican. So he would take stuff out of poor people and put it in rich people.
I mean, the difference there is really only wealth, right?
I would say, yeah, that's
There's nobody who's just like, oh yeah, oh, I need teeth now. Take them from that guy. That guy's like, here, take them. Ow, I need teeth. Just plugging a dam.
Yeah, basically. How fucked up was our world?
That's just not. How the
it's
fuck are you not? Why are people avoiding baths? I'd be like, I want to die. I'm going in the fucking tub. That's how somebody finally discovered that bathing was okay. They're like, fuck this world. Hey guys, I don't stink and I'm fine.
So if you went in to get a tooth that had been recently donated,
Donated is a cute term.
they would tie it to the other teeth.
Tie it?
Well, yeah, they used metal to tie teeth together.
Okay, so they would kind of band the donated tooth to your other teeth.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He would jam the new tooth in your old tooth hole.
Oh, that's a shame.
Sometimes called a socket.
Yeah. Well, we all know how teeth...
But I say tooth hole because there's no way they were saying socket.
Well, teeth are like Legos. You just got to hear the click.
Yeah, I got that one.
All right, that one's in. Feels
That's good. There you go. Oddly, they didn't last that long.
What? No, wait.
You'd have to go back and get new teeth in like
Why, though?
3 or 4 months. I know, I
just
can't
got
understand it. I just put one in. I
You
heard it
put
go.
it in the flesh.
Heard it go click.
It clicked like a Lego. We're good to go.
So then this caught on in America,
Okay.
naturally. Children were lured to have their teeth extracted for the benefit of the wealthy in exchange for a few shillings. So they were having kids come in and yanking kids' teeth and giving them to and putting them in rich people's mouths. You okay?
Yeah.
There was an ad in New York City's.
By the way, I mean no.
There is an ad in New York City's Riverton's Royal Gazette that offered 4 guineas for each sound front tooth. Another ad stated, most money given for teeth.
Your front fucking teeth.
Yeah. Well, you still got the back ones, so you can still chew and stuff.
You can still eat. You just will look crazy.
I guess like if nobody had teeth, then so the only people who actually have teeth that look good are rich people.
Rich people, yeah.
And so if you're poor, you're like, yeah, I don't need teeth.
It's just. I mean, I know you're explaining.
It doesn't.
But
make it better.
I can't fathom saying, yeah, I don't need teeth.
Yeah, but if no one else you know has teeth,
Right.
you go in to do the naughty show on a Tuesday night, and
All right.
Vicky doesn't have teeth, and Sam doesn't have teeth. Nobody has teeth. I mean, we're pretty close to that, but nobody has teeth. Then you're like, why do I need teeth?
Okay.
During the American Revolution, you ready?
Let me get a little.
Scavengers would rob graves for teeth to be used as dentures.
Okay, wait. Now, but this is what I'll say. That makes more sense to me.
What?
That does make more sense to me.
I know. No, it doesn't, because
You can't argue that it doesn't make less sense.
yeah,
to
because
me.
you're taking a tooth from a guy that's been in the ground for like a year or something.
Well, not a year, but this is.
Well, you
this is,
say that like but
This
you know
is why
they were-
I'm running for Congress in 1760. But what you could, like, somebody dies. I mean, look, they're eating their fucking hearts. Just take some fucking teeth out of the dead guy and start attaching them to people. That way, everybody has teeth.
Fair argument. Oh, fuck. I mean, I just can't imagine taking it out and going, want to pop this in your head?
Yeah.
Hey, put this in your head.
Here you go.
So after a while, they realized that the socket thing wasn't working, just cram it into a socket.
Oh.
And they started using different materials.
Well,
so they started using like ivory or bone as a denture.
Okay.
So you'd pop it in the denture instead of in the socket.
Okay.
So that's not bad, right?
We're getting warmer.
It doesn't end horrible.
Okay.
But using teeth, which were donated, went on for a long time. Or not donated. After the Battle of Waterloo, dudes swarmed over the dead and yanked out all their teeth.
That's what I'm talking about.
Which were then brought to dentists and turned into dentures. And for decades after Waterloo, dentists advertised dentures made of Waterloo teeth.
Oh, God. I mean, see, they've taken my idea and they've just ruined it. Just take the teeth. Let's just be coy about it. They're like, Waterloo teeth are in.
No, like they're better than other dead guys' teeth.
Come get a Waterloo tooth.
He may have lost the battle, but he won the teeth war.
You know, your great-grandfather left with 95 teeth.
So in the mid-1700s, in the American colonies, dentists began implanting dentures and bridges. So we're moving up,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We're moving up.
I mean, we still have a long way to go.
Paul Revere. Mm-hmm. Paul Revere. Everyone knows Paul Revere?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, someone held up some lights and said, if there's two lights,
The British are coming.
the British are coming. If there's one light, it's safe. So Paul Revere was supposed to have been on a horse and rode through all the towns and screamed, the British are coming. And then all the Minutemen came out and fought them. In reality, he was stopped and told to go home.
Yeah.
But that's our little.
Come on now.
He was a dentist,
Really?
or he was a silversmith.
Well, that's the same thing, it turns out. A silversmith. So he's a hoity-toity blacksmith?
So he did a little, he's a hoity-toity blacksmith who did dentistry on the side because he worked with metals. Anybody work with
Well,
metals?
and because everybody did dentistry on the side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really, seriously.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody did dentistry on the side.
Yeah, but if you can make a little bucks by yanking someo's tooth, wouldn't you do
Hey,
it?
I would do it. I just think we're heading towards needing an occupation.
Right, yes.
Yes.
For the first time in the 18th century began the proper extraction of teeth.
Mm-hmm. Letting a ghost do it. Of course. Modern medicine.
False teeth did not just come from humans.
Okay.
They're also made from bone.
All right.
Various animals, especially sheep.
Okay. That's definitely weird. Just
Ivory from walrus, elephants or hippopotamus.
okay.
So they use cow teeth and sheep teeth, so you'd have like a...
I'm sorry. Wait. I thought you meant they were using bone. Their bone.
Oh,
they
no.
were using their teeth.
No, they use their teeth also.
Cow teeth.
Yeah, get on board.
So you would maybe have cow teeth. You would have cow
You
teeth.
can have a couple of little goat teeth in there.
And
Well, if you can't afford the Waterloo teeth, they'd be like, well, on the second shelf, we have goat teeth.
we actually have a plan that I think would maybe be a little better for you guys. Here you go. How about one huge hippo tooth? Huh? Take up your whole mouth, just be like a big marshmallow tooth right in the middle of your fucking face. Like I said, these Waterloo teeth are great. I'd love to see those in you, but if we can't do that, I think maybe you go with
afford
hippo.
that. Yeah, go hippo or a horse. A horse might be good on
A horse tooth.
Horse tooth.
I mean, that's like a derogatory thing if you say someone has like a horse.
If you say,
face.
like Nancy
Horse
Kerrigan
mouth.
had a
Horse
horse face or
Yeah,
whatever because
horse
of her
face.
teeth.
Yeah. So it turns out that might be the history of the Kerrigans.
It could be.
It probably is.
It's all horrible.
Thank you.
John Flagg was a Bostonian and the first native-born American dentist who exclusively prepared for the profession. So this is in the late 1700s. America has its first
Dentist.
American-born actual dentist.
Yes, it's time.
In 1790, he constructed the first chair made for dental patients.
Oh, okay.
So up until 1790, it was like, just go ahead and lay down.
No, crotch in the face.
Or
We already said that. They'd crotch you.
Sit in this chair. It was adjustable and it had an arm to hold instruments.
But don't you think you would miss having a non-bathed dentist crotch in your face?
I mean,
You can't.
I miss it now.
Takes me back to home.
Oh, the double smell.
Oh,
My mouth and your groin.
you'd pass
is
out. That's how it
not-
would work. Just fucking knock yourself out.
I imagine most of these people passed out when they had their tooth yanked, right?
The pain has to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
But at that point, the people were just probably like, yeah, you feel a little bit of a sting, but you'll be okay.
It's a little bit of a
You
hurt.
feel a little bit of sting, then you put a little whiskey in, and you'll be okay. Then you put a horse tooth in your mouth.
George Washington's dentist, John Greenwood, invented the first known dental foot engine.
Dental foot engine?
In 1790,
Choo-choo?
Greenwood adopted his mother's foot treadle, spinning wheel,
Okay.
to rotate a drill.
Oh.
Greenwood's dentist son continued to use the drill, but no one else did. So
So he was using the little foot foot
took-
tapper.
hours.
Oh my god. It must have been like really slow and painful. Must have been like, my calf's burning. He'd be like, my fucking mouth. It's gonna take a breather.
All right, so he was a famous dentist, and he was George Washington's dentist. So let's talk about George Washington.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because that's what got us here in the first place.
Yeah. Well, at some point,
Oh, man.
they use
I mean,
wood.
what's your image of George Washington?
Well, you know, I mean,
We're grown up to act like he's almost this mythical. He's our first president.
He
almost this
doesn't- he's
mythical-
Santa.
He doesn't lie. He's like this perfect guy who does
Perfect
everything
guy.
right.
yes.
And yeah, so to us, the way we're brought up, it's like
He's the I mean, I would say when you think of like the founding fathers, you really think of him.
he's the first guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Okay, so he's America's first president. He's really, really, really rich.
Yeah.
If he were alive today, he'd be worth an estimated $525 million.
Okay. So middle class.
His Virginia plantation, Mount Vernon, consisted of five separate farms on 8,000 acres of prime farmland
Jesus Christ.
run by over 300 slaves. His wife, Martha, inherited significant property from her father. He made much more than other presidents. His salary was 2% of the total U.S. budget.
What the
So
fuck?
he made an awesome contract.
Yeah.
And after that was like, we should just do
no.
a salary thing. You know what? Who made that mistake? That's weird because he came up with it because he was the first one.
Ta-ta. Farewell, boys.
I'm riding away on my gold pony. So he had the best dentist care there was.
Yes, that makes sense.
Now, remember, everyone growing up, the rumor was,
Well, that's what I'm
that he
wondering.
had wooden teeth.
Yeah.
He did not have wooden teeth.
Okay.
That's a total
Because I was going to
lie.
say, it feels like at this point we've passed wooden teeth.
No, wooden teeth would be horrible.
They're just not
no,
good.
you would be replacing them every day. Like there'd
just
be
this mouth splinters.
no. At no point in any of my readings
Okay.
did I come across wooden teeth. Wooden teeth were not a thing, unless someone did it like home. Like I would like to, for one day, have teeth. And then they
Give him wood teeth. He's dying. It's his wish. I don't know. It's pretty weird.
So, but we actually have a shitload of documentation about, like, he's the perfect tooth guy. He's the perfect guy to explain to us what was going on back then for rich people. Because he is the president, so everything he did was documented.
Okay. All right.
So Washington had a long history of illness. This is insane. In 1751, he wrote of having smallpox. The following year, he complained that he had a bout of violent pleuris. Pleuris? As a young lieutenant colonel in 1755, serving with General Braddock in the French and Indian War, he suffered pain in the head and dysentery. Ugh. In 1761, when he was 29, and back at Mount Vernon, he got break-bone fever, now known as dengue fever.
Oh, my God.
Characterized as a headache, fever, and severe muscles and joint pain. Over the ensuing years, there were attacks of malaria, flu, and rheumatic complication. So he was a fucking mess. He was a mess.
How the fuck did he get dengue fever?
I just think he got all kinds of shit.
What do they call it? Well, busted bone?
If he was in the French and Indian War, I assume he went somewhere. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that. It feels like your bones are breaking when you have that.
That's but that's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what?
So it's still fucked up.
I mean, it must be those worms.
So he was a mess. And he received the standard medical treatments of the day, which
I bet these
the
are
prevailing
good.
One was a heavy dose of calomel, which is a mercury chloride solution.
Oh, sweet God. Oh, my God.
Mercury was the number one. When you got syphilis back then, you banged back the mercury.
Ugh. Just crazy.
But apparently, it turns out, terrible for your teeth.
There must be also something with the time that, like, they're just so fucking gross, and, like, their immune systems must have just been pretty strong, honestly.
I would imagine.
So they must have been able to, like, drink a little mercury here and there. Have a little nip of merc.
Give me a whiskey and a merc.
Of a merc and water.
I just saw your lady upstairs. I'll take a jar of merc.
Throw some merc at him. He'll feel better.
Well, there's a story of Lewis and Clark near the end of their journey where they went to stay with some tribe and they paid to fuck the squaws, and then they all got
horrible.
They all got syphilis, but then they just took mercury. But then they'd fuck him again. They just kept taking mercury and
really just hitting that mercury. Really using that mercury as a crutch.
But not only going down would it be problematic, but coming up, because calomel would make patients throw up in order to release their body from impurities, which is also really bad for your teeth. When you throw up, the acid comes out of your stomach. Yeah. So it's making that, not only is it bad going just for the teeth in general, but then you're vomiting back up it.
So you're just...
it's just good medicine. It's just good medicine.
It's what the mouth calls a win-win.
Back then, calomel was given to patients in such great quantities that their hair and teeth fell out.
Jesus Christ.
You feel better now, Bobby?
No.
I feel less.
Can I get a walrus tooth? Oh, my teeth fell out.
So the calomel led to dental problems beginning when Washington was 22. Over the next 35 years, he would lose all of his teeth despite daily brushing, using of dentifrice and mouthwash. Washington's toilet set contained a silver toothbrush and a tongue scraper with a silver tooth powder case, and it can still be seen at Mount Vernon.
A little fancy boy, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's one of the richest guys in the country.
If I see someone with a tongue scraper now, I'm like, ooh la la. Fucking 1700s. He's fucking scraping his tongue.
Okay, this is where it's nerdy. So tooth powders
were cocaine.
Were made from roots and herbs, burnt bread, tobacco, and pumice.
Hummus's brother?
Pumice.
What?
And borax.
Oh my! What's pumice?
Pumice is a rock that floats. It's a volcanic rock that if it's light enough that it floats, so you can like break it down. So you're just ingesting. So rich people, while getting dentistry, were being given shit that took all the enamel off their teeth. So he was scrubbing his teeth with rocks.
Oh, that feels good. I got that fresh from the blacksmith feeling.
Oh, man. No, I just scrubbed my teeth. I feel like I went down to the quarry. It's nice.
I lost my toothbrush, so I had to go eat a rock. So I feel good.
It's just... he probably used solutions with herbs and resins and balsam as mouthwash. So he also had mouthwash.
Yummy.
Salt, wine, and vinegar could also be used to add it to water for the rinsing of the mouth.
Makes a little more sense.
Yeah, wine.
Vinegar.
I know wine used to be used to purify water.
I mean,
Roman times,
at this point, we're not thinking of like how are you going to smell like vinegar? It's like, can we kill that fucking horse shit coming out of your face?
God damn it! Salt's really good though. Whenever I've had anything done to my mouth, salt is great. Toothaches followed by extraction was a yearly occurrence for Washington. There were frequent episodes of infected and abscessed teeth, inflamed gums, and finally ill-fitting dentures. Did I mention that he was known for a hair trigger temper?
Did I mention?
He was always just screaming at people.
I mean,
how could you not be?
I get it. I mean, like every year you got to lose a tooth.
And leading up to it for a year, you're just like, oh, just hang in there, tooth.
Yeah, hang in there. A little mercury will put that fire out. Here I go.
He was always writing to dentists of the day, asking for a file to repair a denture or a scraper to clean his teeth or pincers to fasten wires on his teeth. He inquired about a dentist of whose skill much has been said. He requested material to make a model of his teeth so a dentist could make new dentures. We basically have boxes and boxes of letters of him writing dentists going,
please stop this.
I'm the president. Can't you make it stop?
So, wait. So now let me ask. So his dentures, they're still fastening teeth to teeth, right?
Yeah.
So he's losing all of his teeth.
Right.
So at some point...
Okay, well, when he was... Okay, not when he was president. Okay, by the time he was president, when he was inaugurated for his first term in 1789, he only had one tooth left.
Oh, my God.
And he was wearing a full set of dentures made by John Greenwood. So the first time he's president, he's already got a full set of dentures and then one tooth left.
One tooth.
He probably named.
Oh, my God. How you feeling in there tonight, Bishop? You're my baby. You know Daddy loves you.
Who's number one?
Daddy loves his tooth.
Who's number one?
And Daddy can't lose this tooth, otherwise Daddy loses all his teeth.
You're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere, sweet bish.
Previously, he had partial dentures, which were held in place by hooking them around the remaining teeth.
Okay, right.
The Greenwood dentures had a base of hippopotamus ivory carved to fit the gums.
Okay.
The upper denture had ivory teeth, and the lower plate consisted of 8 human teeth fastened by gold pivots that screwed into the base. The set was secured in his mouth by spiral springs. So he had a crazy robot mouth with human teeth.
Have you ever thrown a watch on the ground? That was Washington's mouth.
He's like a Bond villain. Like it's just crazy. Oh God, here comes now.
Crack, crack, crack. Don't worry, his teeth are just spiraling in again.
Here comes the president.
Okay, let's talk about... Oh my God, my fucking mouth.
George needs new teeth on the bottom. Human teeth. Bring me a boy.
There's really no, there's no depiction of really what must have happened, which is... There must have just been a lot of time where he'd just be like, it's just my fucking teeth. Like, Mr. President, what do you want to do? He'd be like, we should,
No, if there were photographs... if there was photographers back then, it would just been a lot of pictures of him hunched over.
Yeah.
With just the caption, the president is saying fuck again.
Picking up teeth. The president mumbles, fuck me. Signing a bill holding his fucking mouth in.
But then wouldn't a slobber become like... if you have like a contraption like that in your mouth, isn't it just fucking wet and
that's why what you're
slobbering?
saying is that when you picture George Washington...
Yeah.
This is not part of what you don't picture a slobbering man
with a robot in his mouth.
Yeah, with a robotic face, like blah, 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 blah.
No, because when we're gonna get to the photos, not the photos. We're gonna get to the portraits.
Oh God!
Because in portraits, he often looked like he has puffy cheeks.
Yeah,
But that's
why do you
probably
think that
because
is?
he had so much shit in his mouth.
It's probably because he had a whale's skeletal system inside of his face.
In Charles Wilson Peale's first portrait of Washington in 1757, the mouth is noted to be quite small. Washington was 25 at that time, and certainly still had some of his natural teeth.
Yeah, he was rolling in it. He had like seven.
Rolling. He's like, this is great.
7 teeth.
Hello, who's a dog?
Hashtag killing it.
Killing it. Winning. The painting done in 1776 by the same artist, so that's 10 years later, 11. By the same artist, shows a scar on the left cheek from a fistula caused by an abscessed tooth.
Ugh.
So they had to go, so then 10 years later, there's a scar on him because they had to go in through his face to get a tooth out.
They had to go in through his
They had
face?
to go in through his face because it got so fucked up.
No, there's no excuse for the face.
He was getting the top-notch shit.
What? You can see all of them when you open your mouth.
Not if it's like, you know,
Impacted or something?
impacted and gotten all fucked up and it's down in there. You can't get in there that way.
You would
And plus, the guy is also the guy who's just moving in the bed. So, excuse me, Mr. Bed Mover. Do you also do dentistry?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I've done that on.
I mean, I've got a knife
and a hammer.
and a hammer. You're perfect. Remove the molar.
The president needs you.
Well, I've got a boot. Yes, kick the president in the mouth. Kick the toe out of the president's mouth.
You just said toe.
Tooth.
But they basically have toes in their mouth at this point.
I don't think it's far.
Washington's next set of dentures were made in 1791 and a third in 1795, for which he paid $60. Now, that's a shitload of money back then. Dental discomfort is said to have caused him to forego giving his second inaugural address.
Yeah.
He didn't give an inaugural speech
This makes sense
because
to me.
it hurt so much to talk.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it makes me like him more.
I know. Now he seems like a fucking real hero.
Well,
this is the story you tell him, not
Yeah.
the one that he didn't tuck
Yeah,
on
he
the
had
cherry
wooden
tree.
teeth and he cut a cherry tree down. You're like, little girl. Like, no, the president couldn't give an address because his mouth hurt. A lot. Because he was drinking mercury and had bones for teeth. That's president number one.
And he took a tooth from every man he beat in battle. I'll be using that.
He had over 57,000 teeth by the end.
So, Rembrandt Pearl's portrait in 1795 is thought to be a realistic one, and here the mouth is seen as puffy and swollen. Later in life, he could only eat soft foods that did not require chewing.
Oh, Jesus.
So he was just gumming it.
I don't even think it sounds like he was probably just drinking shit. If he couldn't even,
Yeah.
move, he must have just been...
But he had to eat.
We're back to corn, I think.
They just had to puree everything in the blender.
Yeah, they'd throw in the old Vitamix, little pumice.
James Garnett made a large and very clumsy set for him in 1796. Apparently, Washington was not pleased with these dentures and ordered another set from Greenwood in 1797. So for a year, he had giant dentures. Gilbert Stuart reportedly packed cotton inside Washington's mouth to support his lips in his 1797 painting.
Oh, my God.
Because they were like, you like the guy you see at the fair? Just no thing. Hey, how you doing? You want to take you want to go on a ride?
Oh, my God.
You want to go on this ride? It's $7.
You want to sign this bill? I'm the President of the United States.
Washington often returned dentures for adjustments and repairs, at one time complaining they were forcing his lips out.
One time complaining my life is a prison.
I am in mouth hell. Help me, I am in mouth hell. When does it end? Oh my God, when does it end?
Any way to remove the mouth?
Can I just have the lower part of my face taken off?
Can I just be a brain in a jar? Please.
His final set were made in 1798, the year before he died. This set has a swag gold plate with individual backing for each tooth, which was fastened by rivets. The lower denture on this set, along with the others, are on display at the National Museum of Dentistry in Baltimore.
I
You
really
can
want
go.
to see
You can
that.
go see. I know. Now don't you want to see him?
Yeah, I want
There's
to see what he had in
pictures
his
of-
fucking mouth.
There's pictures of him online. I'll attach it as the photo. Things got better for dentistry in the 1800s.
Good for Washington.
Yeah.
Hey, good news, George. Around 1801, we righted the ship.
With the drill and advances from Europe, people knew to drill out the cavity and put in a filling. The filling materials used were then tin, gold foil, lead, silver.
Whatever. Mercury.
Dentures-
Use whatever the fuck you want. So much better.
Dentures still were made out of horrible things like cow and goat teeth, that sort of stuff, and ivory. Mercury amalgam was first brought into U.S. from Europe by two brothers, French brothers, the Crocours.
The crack horse?
Yes, the Crocours.
I'm sorry? We are the crackers, and we have the new teeth. When people say the name crackers, they will think teeth.
So they came in 1833. They had a very strong, effective advertising campaign that promised to save decaying teeth by filling them without pain in minutes. The crackers were considered unethical charlatans by many medical dentists. They removed gold fillings and replaced them with mercury amalgams. But they also just put it in people who didn't need it, and they put in too much amalgam. So it started the first amalgam war. In 1845, the American Association of Dental Surgeons, the ASDS, banned amalgam. So anybody who used amalgam who was in the ASDS was going to be kicked out.
Good. As they should
But
be.
it remained popular
Of course it did.
because it was easy to use.
Because it
and-
was stupid.
and it was quick. So basically, dentists just started leaving the ASDS, and after about 5 years, they lost so many that they were like, "No, you can use amalgam." But at that point, so many dentists had bailed and started their own group called the ADA. That the ASDS perished.
The AFL, really.
In 1840, the first dental college was opened, the Baltimore College of Dental Surgery, which led to government oversight. So now we're getting some places, right?
We're really in a better spot.
And regulation through the ADA. No. During the Civil War, Southern dentists seceded from the ADA.
No, they didn't. No, associations don't secede.
I would read that again then. During the Civil War, Southern dentists seceded from the ADA.
So the North versus the South, and the ADA versus the ASDA.
I want to use slaves. I want to use slaves for my dentistry.
That would be amazing. That's what he's over. He's like, we think you should put slaves in people's mouths. Slaves should be dentists.
So they formed the SDA, the Southern Dental Association,
Oh, God.
in Atlanta in 1869. So
South
amazing.
will rise again. Tooth-wise.
Through the teeth.
Technically, I'm talking tooth.
I'm just talking about the mouth part.
It is funny, though, because, I mean, obviously people in the southern states now don't have, if you were to compare teeth.
Not as good.
Not as good.
Not as good.
Not as good. Pound for pound, not as
Pound
good.
for pound. And here's where it all traces back to. They joined back up with the ADA to form the National Dental Association in 1897. And finally, in 1922, when all was forgiven, the NDA became the ADA again.
Oh, that's cute.
Cannot imagine the 30 years of bullshit that went on to get it back there. Can we just... Really? You burned Atlanta down. Okay,
We're still pissed at you.
Right, we're talking about teeth.
Yeah, well, no, we're not.
Really? Because I can't run my office anymore without my slaves.
Yeah, take my slave. I can't fix teeth. I don't have any slaves.
Laughing gas. Now we're getting to a happy ending.
Yeah.
Laughing gas was discovered by an English chemist, Joseph Priestley, in 1772, but no one used it as an anesthetic until 1844. On December 10th of that year, Horace Wells, a dentist from Hartford, Connecticut, it's fucking the Americans.
Yeah.
Attended a lecture at which people were entertained with laughing gas. So he went to a laughing gas party.
We need those still. I don't know
I
why
know,
those
right?
stopped. Yeah. I mean, they're still around, kind of.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. No, never mind.
In
They're
high
here.
school.
It's also called a rave.
A guy at a rave will sell you that experience for $5. A balloon.
Wells noticed that a person under its influence scraped his shin on a heavy bench and yet showed no signs of pain. So some guy...
Like some guy was like... Woo!
He immediately thought of using the gas as an anesthetic, but before giving it to others, he decided to try it on himself. The very next day, he sat down in his own operating chair and inhaled the gas until he lost consciousness. Then a colleague extracted a wisdom tooth.
What?
It was a historic event.
Couldn't he do the test without yanking a tooth?
No, because he wanted to see if you could yank a tooth and it wouldn't hurt. And of course it didn't hurt because you were passed out.
Can you do something else? Like to a hand, maybe? I don't know. The laughing gas discovery must have been amazing.
Oh my God.
When the guy discovered it, he was just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I'm sorry, what was... Like I was saying, if you look at some of these theorems, I'm so,
Oh God. Look what I found. In 1873, Colgate mass-produced the first toothpaste in a jar.
Okay.
Just a few years later, 1885, the first toothbrush was mass-produced.
Okay.
In America?
There's dental. That's dental. Is that dental work?
It's a little bit of dental. Oh, yeah, we can use that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of dental work going on in the background. We're at a dentist's office right now.
And he's really bad.
But that's the crazy thing is that's the first time it was mass-produced. So up until 1885, the common Joe couldn't afford a toothbrush.
Yeah, it's look, like you said, I mean, the smells coming from mouths.
We were disgusting.
Must have been awful.
We were the grossest. Okay, this is how gross Americans were. Most Americans did not pick up on the dental trend to brush their teeth until after World War II.
Oh my God.
The soldiers stationed abroad brought the concept of good dental health back to the States.
Wow. So my grandma...
Yeah, your grandma's fucking gross.
Even though she was English. Most people's grandmas...
No, my grandparents were disgusting.
Yes.
They so all those... Teddy Roosevelt. Now picture all the guys from the 20s and
Truman.
the flappers, the cute flapper chicks.
Yeah,
with
the burlesque shows.
Just mouths that smell like dead maggots. Like just horrifying.
Really, and I don't want to say what I thought. I don't want to say it.
No?
I mean, there were a lot of whores then.
Oh, fuck. The smell of a whore's mouth.
Whore breath must have just been like...
Unrivaled.
It must have just...
Unrivaled.
I'm glad I said it.
No, because when I think about all this stuff, I just keep thinking about sex.
Yeah.
Where it must have been like, can I do you from behind?
Oh, God. Can I do you from a different room? Is that possible?
Okay, I'm going to get in a Buick, and you're going to stand on the driveway.
Is there any way for me to just do this from a completely different town? I'd say go underwater, but I know that you'll die. Because that's where the ghost of water lives. There's water ghosts in there.
Holy fuck. I mean, seriously.
Look, gross. Gross.
I'm sorry we had to do this one.
I think positive. We'll go negative first.
Yeah.
Disgusting humans.
Sickening.
Disgusting solutions.
Yes, all horrible.
Horrible. I mean, obviously they were trying.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that nobody knows. I mean, because like if a president like serves, if like a president went to war, it's like he's a hero.
Yeah.
This dude was fucking walking around. George Washington was walking around
incredible
with
pain.
Just nonstop mouth pain.
And then he got fake monster teeth.
And he got fake monster teeth. He must be pissed that people think he had wooden teeth. He must be like, that's nothing. I wish I had fucking wooden teeth. Are you fucking kidding? No, I had every other thing. Every other thing was in my mouth, attached with wires.
Oh, God. What is this, a mousetrap? Okay, put it in.
I mean, imagine that year when he put in the one that just fucking hurt like shit and he had to wear it for a year. He just opens this box and he's like, oh, God.
It's giant.
Ow. Ow. Send for another one. Ow. How long do you think it'll be? 1 year? Okay. Ow. 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 Just walk around owing. Morning, George. Ow.
Oh, God.
Here, George, you want some partially curdled milk? Yeah, that sounds good.
No.
No chewing. Ow.
Yeah, he must have just drank milk all the time.
Oh.
And-
Great
or-
breath.
like soft cheese.
Yeah, hot milk.
Like, what do you drink? What do you like? I know what I have. I would puree stuff. Like, you can't. There was no puree. You just
No,
like
no.
applesauce again. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. He's got the mots.
Oh fuck. Well,
Well, listen,
you feel better about the colonial times,
I feel better about my mouth.
right? Do
Yes.
you floss?
No, I don't even need to. Get out of here with your floss shit. There's been a toothbrush in my mouth with toothpaste on it in the last 2 weeks. I'm better than our forefathers.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You know when you don't brush your teeth in one night, how gross your mouth feels?
It feels and smells.
Now just add 80 years on.
Oh, and just multiply that by never having had that experience.
Oh yeah. The first time a guy must use a toothbrush, he must be like,
Kissing. People couldn't.
What the
Did people
No.
kiss?
I can't imagine that
They
they
could
did.
not have been kissing.
How could they possibly?
That's why it's French kissing. They brought that over like dental tools.
Yes.
Yes. They were like, if you chew on this gum, you can actually put your tongue inside of your lovely's face. He's like, but her mouth smells like shit. Here, chew this. Now
Yeah,
kiss.
Go ahead and wipe with this for a
Wipe
little
with
bit.
this. Here you go.
Oh, now you want to kiss me?
Kiss
yeah.
here. Huh? Yes. Okay now, huh? Now we're working on the toothbrush for the genitals. For bathing is still weird.
And then an anus brush. Oh, oui. Yeah, we are French.
Anus brush. There was probably a guy at one point who was like, so I got the patent for my anus brush. They were like, I just don't think it's going to work.
I don't think so, Jimmy. I don't think so.
Well, we should probably end on anus brush.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Sure.
That one went long.
Good.
All right. Next week, we're going to cover a little Prohibition.
Oh, shit. Awesome. I love
Great characters of the Prohibition.
it. Love it.
Or just one.
Well, whatever.
Whoopee.
Boink.